The message I got this morning was stop trying to make sense of insanity. I feel like there are some of you out there who are trying to make sense of someone else's insanity. Relationship, could be family, friends, it feels like relationship. And you're trying to analyze behavior that's just insane. It's insane. So let's do a collective reading. Don't force it. You guys know the deal. Okay? If you want to book a personal, just email me. It's on my TikTok page. So we're going to pull from this deck. I haven't used this deck in a minute, but I got drawn to it. Resilience. Oh, whoever you are resilient. It takes a lot of resilience to stay in a relationship that is just pure insanity and toxic and nothing makes sense, because you're dealing with ego. So, I mean, congratulations to you for being so resilient, but at some point you've got to realize that it feels insane, because it is. Because the ego doesn't think logically. The ego thinks about me, what I need, and I don't care what I do to get it, but I'm going to get it because the ego needs to be fed. It's dark energy. It's dark, and it is. It's insane. That's an imbalance, right? It's someone who operates purely in dark with no light. And so they're always trying to feed like this insatiable need. Clarity and divine timing. For some of you, this reading may have come across your feed at just the right time, because you need some clarity. Like, you may even wonder, why am I still here? Why do I keep trying? Love is powerful. Love is trauma bonds are powerful. The brain is powerful. Some of you may see potential in someone, but you're getting burnt out. Cards on fire. You're getting burnt out here. Start listening to your intuition. Look at your third eye here. This, trying to understand how someone can go from being so amazing when you first meet them to such an ugly, evil monster is hard, because it doesn't make sense to the average person. People who operate purely in ego, it's like they live in a bubble, and they just don't even acknowledge or care about anyone else's feelings but their own. And for some of you, I feel like reconciliation here. I feel like you've tried to reconcile with this person time and time again. You keep hanging on. You're resilient. You keep thinking it's got to get better because it can't. Look, overly analytical. I said that in the beginning. You try to overanalyze someone's insane behavior. Cards don't lie, guys. And I feel like you keep thinking that maybe if I try this or I try that, and it never works, right? You're a pure soul, whoever you are. You're a good person. You're a loving person. You're very forgiving, and you're a giver. And you've ended up with someone who's a taker, because that's what the ego does. It takes to survive. And so you just keep analyzing it and think of different ways of maybe getting through to this person. And you can never quite reach someone who operates in their ego or who's very toxic, right? You just can't. There's like a steel plate there, and you can't get through, and it drives you insane. And this is where you need to start putting up some boundaries to protect yourself. And that's saying, like, this isn't good enough. You're not a rehabilitation center. You guys hear me say this all the time. You're not a rehabilitation center for broken people. God is. You cannot fix someone like this. A lot of these energies, they've got to hit rock bottom. You have to let them fall flat on their face before they're going to realize how they've been up. And some of them never do. Some people don't ever wake up. They operate out of this ego until the day they die. They don't get it. They don't wake up. But the boundaries are for you. It's not as a punishment against the other person. It's for you, so that you don't get to the point where you get damaged. Because when you try to deal with someone under this type of toxic dark cloud, it ends up rubbing off on you. It causes depression, right? You get in a trauma bond. You can't think clearly. You get brain fog. Start breaking out. Your hair is falling out. There's a lot of sorrow here, and I feel like you're dealing with someone, if this is your reading, who can be very controlling, right? They keep tabs on you. And for some of you, honestly, you might think because this person wants to know your location constantly, what you're doing, who you're talking to, who you're seeing, some of you may even mistake that for love. Well, they must really care about me because they want to keep tabs on me 24/7. That's control. That's not love. You are not meant to be on this earth to live in this kind of sorrow and control and insanity. And at some point, you've got to put your boundaries up and pick you. Stop trying to make sense of it. Stop trying to analyze it. Just know that it's not your job to fix someone like this. It's just not wisdom. This is where Spirit wants you to try and take the emotion out of it if you can't, and look at this from coming from a sense of wisdom and clarity, and using your intuition and listening to your higher self to know you deserve better, and that you can't fix someone like this. You can't. You can love them from afar, but you cannot fix the insanity. And a lot of these energies won't go to therapy. They won't. And if they do, they pull the wool over the therapist's eyes. I'm telling you, this kind of energy, this ego, some of them are very intelligent. We're not talking about somebody who's stupid here. Complications. For some of you, this situation, dealing with someone in this kind of insanity, has already caused complications in your life. Maybe you're having trouble making it to work, having trouble getting up, doing just your household, chores, just your daily life has become a task. And that sometimes is a sign that depression's sinking in, that you're getting to the point where this dark cloud is starting to affect you. It's affecting your self-esteem, your self-worth, your mood. And this is where Spirit gives you these kind of messages so that you can be reborn, so that you can use your intuition and you can save yourself. Put your boundaries up. Start saying no. Walk away. Understand that you can't heal this person. And when someone is living this dark in their ego, they're not hearing anything you have to say unless it's something they want to hear. Like the word yes, like the word okay, like the word no problem, I forgive you, whatever you say. That's all they want to hear. But this is your chance to rebirth yourself into a higher vibration where this just won't be good enough, because it's not good enough. Like I said, you're a pure soul. If this is your reading, you're a good person, and you're way too forgiving to this person. For some of you, I feel like you would even feel guilty about, letting this person go. You may even, believe that this person's your soulmate or your twin flame. Don't let that keep you in a toxic situation that makes you feel like you're living in, in some kind of mental hospital with all the insanity going on. I feel like this is someone who got you hooked onto them, maybe with the physical relationship, the lust, right? So they can portray that emotional connection, but it's not real. And once your soul knows that it's not a real emotional connection, that's when your intuition kicks in, because that's your internal warning system. The alarm bells are going off because something's not right here. If it doesn't feel right, insanity doesn't feel right to someone who's not operating from their ego. It feels uncomfortable, and it makes you walk on eggshells, and you get in that fight or flight mode. You're dealing with someone who's unconscious. They're not woke. They're living under a dark cloud in their own bubble, where it is the world according to that person. It is the rules according to that person. And they operate like there aren't any, or like they don't, or, if there are rules, they only apply to you. And they don't apply to the person with the ego, the person that's dealing with, toxic energy, that lives under this dark cloud. And I feel like this reading and why Spirit led me to this deck is because someone here is really has been putting overtime in, trying to figure out how to make this insane relationship, have some resemblance of sanity. And it's not working no matter what you do, because you can't fix it. You can't fix it. And I feel like you're frustrated because there's all these opportunities that you and this person have had to try to make it better, and it never works. And it's frustrating. And you're getting to the point where Spirit led you here. So this is where you take a step back and put some boundaries up, and you've got to take the emotion out of it and look at the behaviors and look at where you want to be, and understand that sometimes you have to love people from afar. And that's what I'm seeing here. Like, it's time to rebirth yourself, and you can do this. This person needs to be on their own to learn a lesson, and maybe look up and ask for some help from the higher power. I hope this helped, guys, and you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you later.